Gonna run, gonna fly, gonna do things my way. Fall behind, bye. Gonna do things my way. Feeling right, feeling tight. Gonna do things my way. Got the fuel, broke the rules. Gonna do things my way. Silly twists, having fits. Gonna do things my way. They want a lunch, don't want a lunch. Gonna do things my way. Looking good, understood. Gonna do things my way. Out the way, out the way. Gonna do things my way. My way. I'm Howard Hughes in Jordan 2s. Gonna do things my way. Days, gonna do things my way. Not a fad, it's not so bad. Gonna do things my way. Unabashed, total cash. Gonna do things my way. Unaligned, simply fine. Gonna do things my way. Do things, gotta go, do things, gotta stay, do things, gotta play, do things, gotta run, do things, gotta go, do things, gotta stay, do things, gotta solve them ho, told them no, gonna do things my own way. My guru, told them to, gonna do things my own way. My advice, no advice, gonna do things my own way. Roll the dice, roll the dice. Gonna do things my own way. Anywhere, anytime. Gonna do things my own way. I don't care, I don't care. Gonna do things my own way. 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 Greatest talent, she could keep it all in. Whatever bothered her, I had no idea. Or how big of a deal, or her legs to conceal just how bad. We'd go to parties and we'd laugh with our friends. We'd have some drinks and I would help her pretend. It always going great, no problem at all. She's the belle at the ball, and she does have it all, have it all. Drown in a sea of tears. Almost hit her, I was so very near. Drown in a sea of tears. Though I tried, I couldn't ease all the fear. But then she seemed a little down, a little out. I asked her what was wrong, it always works out. That's when she told me, but it didn't work out. Wish I had helped her out, but I didn't know how, even now. Drowned in a sea of tears. Almost hit her, I was so very near. ecstatic even though it would rain. We were so frantic as we biked around Spain. Were we romantic or just out for good times? Two of a kind. Now I could see I was blind. After I was so very near, drown in the sea of tears. Though I tried, I couldn't ease all the fears. Drown in the sea of tears. Drown in the sea of tears. JanSport Backpack. She wears a JanSport Backpack. JanSport Backpack. She wears a JanSport Backpack. Oh, why do you keep walking away? And why you always treat me this way? JanSport Backpack. She wears a JanSport Backpack. JanSport Backpack. She wears a JanSport Backpack. We're face to face, we're toe to toe, we're eye to eye. You're turning slow, slap on your back, now fully turned. I feel a hint, I will be burned. You walk away, open the door, into the night. What is this for? How can you go? I know not where, I know not why, not just for air. I start to trail, but you walk past. All of the girls seen from behind. JanSport Backpack. They wear a JanSport Backpack. JanSport Backpack. They wear a JanSport Backpack. Oh, why? I try my best every day. Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? Please put your JanSport away. Oh, why do you keep turning away? Night, silent return. Take off your pack, hard to discern. We all need time, time to ourselves. But don't we owe someone in hell some little praise? I will be back, something like that. And why the pack? It's not my place to lie and cry into your back. Tempted to try. JanSport Backpack. She wears a JanSport Backpack. JanSport Backpack. She wears a JanSport Backpack. And why do you keep walking away? And why she always treats you this way? JanSport Backpack, JanSport Backpack. JanSport Backpack, JanSport Backpack. Walking away. love you so, I'm sure you know. And while you're gently breathing, you sing a song that I should know, but I don't know. You sing it softly, unaware that you are tearing at my heart. You sing it softly, if I had to call it something, it is art. Lord have mercy, come and receive, blow gentle breezes toward you and me. Lord have mercy, dry all our tears, save us, dear Lord, from prophets of fear and doom. I hear the children singing, but what they're singing never goes where your song goes. I hear the busker singing, and while it's moving, I don't know, I just don't know. I hope tonight while you're asleep, I'll hear its song just once again. It flows so gently from your lips, as if the world were at its end. Lord have mercy, come and receive, blow gentle breezes toward you and me. Lord have mercy, dry all our tears, save us, dear Lord, from prophets of fear. And Lord have mercy, come and receive, blow gentle breezes toward you and me. Lord have mercy, come and receive, blow gentle breezes toward you and me, toward you and me. One song means nothing in the grander scheme of things. I know, still as you softly sing each night, without you knowing my tears flow. Lord have mercy, come and receive, blow gentle breezes toward you and me. Lord have mercy, dry all our tears, save us, dear Lord, from prophets of fear. Lord have mercy, come and receive, blow gentle breezes toward you and me. Lord have mercy, come and receive, blow gentle breezes toward you and me. Lord have mercy, come and receive, blow gentle breezes toward you and me. Lord have mercy, come and receive, blow gentle breezes toward you and me, toward you and me.
Hey, Marc and Gideon, it's Ron over there.
And Russell yonder.
We're Sparks, and this tune's for you.
feeling that you want me. Got a feel, got a feel, got a feeling that you need me. Got a feel, got a feel. So I checked us into 5-star. Heard you squeal, heard you squeal. Now the high life will be our life. C'est la vie belle. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab. Got a feeling that you're hungry. Got a feel, got a feel, got a feeling that you're thirsty. Got a feel, got a feel. So I ordered up some champagne and fromage, living large. Don't just spoil your dinner on some camembert. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab. There's a bar where all the fab lot can get their fill, get their fill. And the dining room with salmon on the grill, on the grill. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab. Running up a tab, 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 hotel for the fab. Will you visit me at Rikers? I'll appeal, standing tall. 'Cause your love will get me through this big ordeal. Worth it all. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab. Running up a tab at the hotel for the fab.
In session for BBC Radio 6 Music, it's such an honour to welcome Sparks onto the show. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Ron and Russell, it's a real pleasure to meet you. And
Thank
we've
you.
just heard the first session track there, which is the opening track on your 26th studio album.
28, I think.
Oh, forgive me.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, don't hold
28th
back. Come on.
studio record. You've added another two.
We added another 2 since we did the session.
Yeah, we worked fast.
I knew you were prolific.
Yeah.
That is a real statement, isn't it, on that record? Did that song have to be track one on this brilliant new album?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it had to be. It's been our mission statement, I suppose, in a way, since even since day one. Since album number one, we kind of had that instilled in us to go your own path and everything will be fine. So we worked on our first album with Todd Rundgren. He produced our first album, was the first person to sign Sparks, and he was the one that said, keep all of your idiosyncrasies, keep your personality, keep your character, and don't listen to anybody and do things your own way. So we kind of have held that mantra forever.
And would that be your advice to artists who are starting to create at the moment as well?
Yeah, we don't have any kind of specific advice to give to people. We don't feel that we're in a position to be guiding the path of anybody, but just doing things your own way seems like the best advice, because if you follow other people's views of what you should be doing, there's just a good chance that you won't have anything happening anyway, so you might as well be doing what you like.
In fact, I think that's one of the lyrics on the album, isn't it? Is my advice, no advice.
There you go. See?
Yeah, you've been paying attention.
Oh, it's a fantastic record.
Thank
Do you know,
you.
I came to see you playing in Oxford on your recent UK tour. I think it was either last year or the year before, and it was my birthday, and it was I'd never seen you in your own concert before. I'd seen you at Glastonbury and I'd seen you at the Big Chill Festival many moons ago, but it was a wonderful experience coming to see you play live. And it was a seated gig, so a hot topic, burning question. Do you prefer to play to standing or seated people?
There's sort of the more rock and roll experience when it's standing. And, the other way we enjoy as well, it's more like highbrow, a concert, like a classical concert where please be seated and all of that sort of thing. But I don't know, there's something really exciting about the standing venues. So I think a lot of our shows on this tour are going to be kind of mixed, where there's a standing section and then seated for folks that need to be seated in the back. So it's going to be the best of both worlds, I think.
Yeah. A lot of our fans also, they don't obey the rules of staying seated very long, so it doesn't really matter one way or another.
And Ron, of course, you're mostly seated, apart from there is an amazing kind of performance piece towards the end of the Sparks concert, isn't there, where you very much are not seated.
That's correct, yes. I become animated for the one time in a day, and then back to my perch.
Let's hear then the next session tracks. This is such a treat. This is Sparks in session for Six Music, and this is the recent single Drowned in a Sea of Tears. It's Sparks on Six Music in session tonight. Ron and Russell are with us in conversation. And Russell, that's such a sad song. It's such a sad one.
Yeah, it is. There's a few songs on the new album that are kind of, I guess, more relationship songs, and some relationship songs that have not panned out so well. And there was something about that lyric that Ron came up with, Drown in a Sea of Tears, where this person in the song is kind of taken things to that extent. And despite her partners trying to help her out and kind of acknowledge some of the things that maybe he had done that led things down this bad path, he still can't help her get out of this funk she's in. And in fact, she drowns in her own tears.
There was kind of a misunderstanding on his part, the depth of her despair, and he's bemoaning that as well.
Ron, is it a continuation of The Girl Is Crying in Her Latte from the last record?
Yeah, but this one is really crying. So we try to kind of move on from past albums to try to surpass ourselves.
Yeah. But I love the record. It goes from that to, I think, the next session track, which is the JanSport Backpack. Where does a song like JanSport Backpack come from, may I ask?
Yeah, well, it's actually another relationship song, but, it's trying to find, now with 28 albums, you kind of want to find new ways to maybe say things that are kind of, it's a traditional thing in pop music forever about, relationship songs, but always just trying to find new ways to convey those kind of older situations in pop songs. And so this one is, it's about another relationship that's gone sort of off the rocks, but what the JanSport Backpack kind of represents to the guy is the ending of this relationship, where his girlfriend is always turning her back and sort of heading out from the relationship. So he only sees her with her backpack on and sees her from behind. And that kind of becomes the symbol for him of the end of this relationship.
Is this an attempt, and have there been previous ones where you have become brand ambassadors through things that you've sung about in your songs?
Well, one would only hope.
Is that the dream, to get a free backpack?
Pandering is always our ultimate goal. So.
And if they don't want to give us a free backpack or a sponsorship, we'll take a Chanel backpack or whoever, anybody listening out there that owns a backpack company.
All right, let's hear this track in session then. Here's Sparks. It's Sparks in session. JanSport Backpack is from the brand new record, and Russell and Ron Mile are with us. And I didn't realise that you're from Pacific Palisades. Were you born there?
Well, we were actually born in Venice, California, but we moved to Pacific Palisades and lived there for a considerable amount of time. And sadly, even, we lived in a residential area, and that entire area burned down during the fire. We didn't live there any longer, but it still kind of struck a nerve with us.
It's just hard to conceive how some of it's bordering the hillsides, but the odd thing was it's really a flat residential community, and that the winds were so strong on those days, the area so dry, the embers had just kind of carried so far in the wind, and the houses caught fire, and this whole residential area just, burned to the ground. So it's really hard to even conceive of that happening in a residential area like it was. But it'll be interesting to see how they rebuild. It'll be take a while.
Is that something that you ever will be able to write about, do you think?
Well, obviously there are tragic songs on the album, but in a way it's almost too personal to write about. And it'll probably be stewing in the back, and I'll think of something on the 33rd, 34th album.
We've seen so many well-known and well-respected artists and creative people declare their love for Sparks, not least in the fantastic Edgar Wright film about your lives quite recently, from Cate Blanchett to Beck, the list goes on. But I'd love to know who you've been most impressed and happy, maybe starstruck to meet.
Cate Blanchett wasn't a bad one. Yeah, we were lucky. We had done a movie musical called Annette a few years ago, and we were in Paris at the César Awards, it's like the BAFTAs or the Oscars, but for France. And our film was nominated, and we were nominated for Best Music for that film, and we won. And Cate Blanchett was being awarded for a Lifetime Achievement Award for her great acting. And so we were waiting backstage in our little dressing room, and there's a knock, knock, knock on our door, and this door opens, and this woman who looked a lot like Cate Blanchett comes in and says, "Hi, my name's Kate." Oh my God, it's Cate Blanchett. And Ron was outside the room, and he wasn't in there. I was going, God, he better get back here fast and see who just walked in our room. And Kate went on to explain how has been a big fan of Sparks, and our jaws dropped. And and we remained friends since then. And when it became time to do a video for that last album, we asked Kate, "Hey, you want to be in a Sparks video?" And she said, "Of course I do." And our jaws dropped again. Yeah. And she did that wonderful persona that she gave in that video. And also the Edgar Wright documentary, it was really interesting for us to see the diverse kind of backgrounds from the different artists that did speak about Sparks in such a wonderful way, from, the guys in Duran Duran to New Order, and then Red Hot Chili Peppers. And so it was kind of all over the map too, stylistically, these various musicians and film people that kind of had been following Sparks, and it come in different eras of Sparks too. So it was really a great job that Edgar did.
And even the fact that Edgar chose us to be the subject matter of his first and, to this point, only documentary was so meaningful to us.
And as you move on, Ron and Russell, towards the next album, it's out on Friday. It's called Mad! And you've said previously that you like the ambiguity of that title. It could mean crazy, it could mean angry, right?
Yeah. And it seems like after we finished the album, it seemed like it was fitting for the content of this album. And then it also seemed kind of fitting for the general mood in the world right now, where things, especially in the United States, aren't where we'd like them to be, to put it mildly. So seems like either meaning both mad or crazy or angry. Either of the two definitions kind of fit the current zeitgeist, I think.
And it looks good as well, doesn't it? With a big old exclamation mark. And
Yeah,
of course,
you gotta have the exclamation mark, or it's nothing.
Monosyllabic all the time.
yeah, it's nice, Ron. And you've chosen Transgressive Records as your musical home, one of the great UK indie labels. How did this beautiful partnership come about?
Yeah, well, we'd finished the new album, and they really responded so favorably. First of all, they're fans of Sparks in general, which is great. But I think what they responded to even more was the specific album and what we're doing now, and that the album doesn't really sound like it's coming from a band with a 28 album long history. And they were really happily surprised at the new music that we were doing. So despite them being fans of the band, what actually sold them was what we're doing right today. And so we're really happy to be with them. They're real fans of music, and it's really not always the case in our experience where there's people are just genuinely excited about music and then specifically about Sparks.
And it must be thrilling for you as well to be label mates with new names like Miso Extra and Hot Wax and Moonchild Sonelli. The list goes on. So it's very much about the now, which must be thrilling for you, Ron, to be on, a stable and label mates with so many exciting young artists coming through and who are beginning dreaming of their 28th album.
It really is. I mean, they're all artists that we really respect, and obviously we really respect the taste of Transgressive, and to find us, even in a general way, a part of that kind of family of sensibilities is just really inspiring. They're really amazing people.
Yeah. Talking of amazing people, I've heard for this press and promo campaign, you will only be interviewed by handsome, hilarious Welsh men because on Sunday, Rob Brydon is sitting down to interview in front of an audience on Sunday, and you're a fan of his.
Yeah. It was there was the idea to do a Q&A surrounding the new album, and then he said, well, we need to have a host. So Rob Brydon's name popped up, and we said, well, that would be amazing, but does Rob Brydon want to do a Q&A with Sparks? And he was contacted, and he said, yes, I'm a big fan of the band. And again, it was almost our another one of our Cate Blanchett surprises that someone like Rob Brydon would be a fan of Sparks. And so it's going to be a really fun evening with him. And we don't even know the format of how it's going to all roll out. But I think that's also another exciting thing. So we don't know if we're going to be doing the Trip movie series with him, but it's talking about Sparks, or how it's going to go. But
oh, wow.
I mean, that's the way we approach albums too, kind of with no preconception. So we like working that way.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, it's a brilliant record, and a huge congratulations and a huge thank you for recording this session for us on Six Music.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
We're going to finish with the closing track on the album, the session version for Six Music, recorded at Six Music Salford HQ. This is Lord Have Mercy. Russell and Ron Mile, thank you very much.
Thank you.